Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well today on this fabulous day. So today's topic, we are talking about using our voice. And I don't know if you guys know, but I've been singing since I was probably, I guess, a toddler. And I've been on X Factor, I've done lots of different singing and backing singing and all these performances. I have some music out, we can also see in the description box. And I've just been performing and singing for a long time. And I've also been a speaker for over 20 years as well. And so I have a lot of experience about using my voice, whether it's speaking or singing. And what I've found is that there are ways that as women we can change the tonality of our voice in order to make it sound more feminine, sound more cultured, and to really express ourselves in a classy way. So make sure you stay tuned as we talk about this in this video. So let's get right to it. When it comes to using your voice and making sure that you have the tonality and the timbre, as it were, of your voice in order to portray a certain sense of class or femininity, you can make sure that you are always taking time to think about what you say before you say it. I know sometimes that I speak quite fast, so I made it a practice that I do think about what I'm saying as I'm saying it, so that I am aware of how it comes across, what it sounds like, and the effects that my voice can have on a conversation. There are ways that you can change the tonality of your voice in order to get the results that you like. So if you were to study one of my favorite icons, Marilyn Monroe, you'll see that in her life that she changed the way she spoke. There was a way that she slowed down her breathing, slowed down the way she spoke, and also she raised the tone of her voice. But if you have a lower voice, like I have my natural speaking voice, as you can hear, is more of a lower sounding voice, so it doesn't sound like that high and breathy sound like Marilyn. However, with whatever God's already given you, you can use that to the best of your ability to make your voice sound more cultured, more feminine, and to just exude this confident way of speaking, this sultry way of putting your point across, and always coming across as a queen. So for example, even if you're in an argument, even if you're stressed, even if you're having anxiety or something like that, one of the things I've learned to do is to take a breath and just relax and say, like, I don't know why you're shouting. I don't know why you're shouting. Like, please don't shout. And this really does work, because when we're in a high intensive situation, our automatic way of responding is, of course, is to, as everybody else is going higher, we're also getting higher as well. And so one of the ways that you can as a woman is, and take back your power in that situation, is to really lean back in the way that you speak. Now, if you're a fan of some of the Real Housewives shows or the love and hip hop shows and things like that, you'll see that the women on those shows, there are many times when they're in an argument where they start to raise their voice, they start to curse, and they start to really get excited, and they throw things and things like that. Those are not our type of women. We do not behave in that way. We do not throw drinks at people. We do not raise our voices in that way. We do not start cursing and being super loud with what we're doing. And we also definitely do not start pulling each other's hair and things like that. Absolutely not. Out of the question. So what do we do in those situations? And I know that especially if we've been raised in an environment where people really talk loud, or they shout a lot, or they argue a lot, it can be difficult to control our own emotions. But as a queen, one of the things that you will start to learn is that you are in charge of your emotions. And I know it can feel hard because we're in stressful situations. There's different people in our lives that do different things, and they cause us to want to be angry, want to respond. But I have learned that me raising my voice is not going to change the situation. It's not going to get better if I get louder. But what I can do is actually go even quieter. And you know what? It actually disarms the conversation. It really changes the way the conversation is, because now the other people feel a bit silly because they're wondering, why are you whispering when you know like it's an intense situation? So why not try it out? Hopefully you don't have any more arguments, but you know how life is. Life can be unpredictable at times. And also, If you feel that your voice isn't very cultured, one of the ways that you can practice, you must practice. So, like for example, I mentioned Marilyn Monroe. In her videos, you can just try to copy what she says, how she speaks, the way that she moves her lips, and the sound that comes out. You can try that. If there are other women that you emulate, or the other women that you feel are examples, watch their videos over and over again and really kind of copy what they say. In the same way as a singer, I will copy, listen, enunciate. Especially if I'm singing in a group, I want to hear, how is the lead singer operating? How is the lead singer singing and speaking and projecting? And then I need to copy so that we can all sound as one voice. So what we're not doing, I'm not saying that you want to be that person, or that you want to sound like me, or you want to speak like me. However, as a lady, as a queen, as a very feminine woman, you want to be able to project and to present yourself and express yourself in a feminine way. So here we go. So in some of her movies, Marilyn says this thing where she's like, oh, thank you ever so, thank you ever so, thank you ever so. And you can change your voice as well. Thank you ever so. When someone pays you a compliment, one of the things that I always say to you guys is to say thank you. Say thank you when someone pays you a compliment. I remember someone DM me maybe like a week ago, and they said that I was beautiful and they loved my content and so on. I said, oh, thank you so much. And they responded and said, it was a gentleman, and he was so surprised that I actually replied. And I said to him, oh, don't women usually reply when you pay them a compliment? He said, no, they usually like call you thirsty and things like that. And I said, wow, what a shame that we live in a society where if a man pays you a compliment, the first thing that we feel is that he's thirsty. Like, you are a beautiful being, you're a beautiful woman, so why wouldn't you expect compliments every single day? That's something that becomes a natural part of your way of life. And so rather than ignore, because sometimes it takes these gentlemen a lot of courage to build up to be able to pay you a compliment, especially when you portray yourself as a powerful, confident queen. So let's practice. Someone says, oh my gosh, Rachel, you look so beautiful today. And my response is, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you ever so. I really appreciate you saying that to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. When someone says to you, hi Rachel, how are you doing? One of the things that you can also do is to send voice notes in response. So this really works. This is a great one. Send voice notes when people send you compliments, when they send you things, when they say nice things to you, respond with a voice note. So someone might say, hey Rachel, how are you doing today? What are you up to? How's lockdown treating you? Because at this time we're in quarantine, lockdown in the UK. So my response is, oh, hi James, thank you so much for reaching out to me. It's really great to hear from you. So everything's going well. Just taking each day as it comes and enjoying each day as it comes. For example, that's just off the top of my head. So that can come across as quite natural. They're able to hear how you sound, they're able to hear your voice, they're able to kind of get a sense of feeling, because sometimes with texts, we can get misconstrued ideas and concepts because we're not able to hear their emotion. So why not try that when you're thinking about your voice and how you come across? So another way that we can make our voice sound more soft and feminine is to just dial it back. Take a breath and literally just speak softer. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi, my name's Rachel. It's so glad to see you today. How are you doing? Isn't it a great day today? Wow, this is so amazing. Wow, I love how that feels. I love how that sounds. Gosh, that sounds absolutely amazing. What a great day we're having today. You see? And then even if you're upset, even if you're angry, even if you're stressed, even if you're in a situation where everything is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, you can still take a breath and just go, wow, I'm really upset right now. However, I feel like it's a great idea for us to step back from the situation and come back and deal with it later. It's really hard, but when you practice it, always think, one of the women in the communities that I'm in, she always says this, what would Meghan Markle do? What would Meghan Markle do? What will Beyonce do? Be as unbothered as Beyonce was in that elevator. You guys remember that? You know what I'm talking about? You remember when we saw the video of when Solange was like really like basically like spazzing out at Jay-Z? Who knows what happens? And Beyonce just in that elevator, just standing in the corner. And then as they walk out the elevator, you can't tell anything ever happened. Beyonce is just acting normal. Be as unbothered as that. Because when people can't really tell how much they've affected you, then they don't know how to respond in that situation. So whatever we're dealing with, why not try these things that I've said today and let me know how you get on. Practice with your voice. If you don't practice, then you won't see any changes in how you speak and in how you come across in the world. So I pray that this has been able to help you in some way in making your voice sound more and more feminine. And as always, remember that you were born to be brave, powerful, and free. Bye bye, and I'll see you in my next video.